What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Alright, another little optic to show you today. You guys know I am a Primary Arms absolute, unapologetic, unabashed junkie. Hold on. For the arm prepared citizen, I don't think it gets much better than Primary Arms optics, personally. Not to say there's not other good options out there. There absolutely are. For me personally, I don't have to look any further than Primary Arms. Pretty much anything I want to do, they've got an optic that'll fit the bill. I love the ACSS reticles, and the quality and price points that they have. Excuse me. I don't think you can touch too many other places. Again, that's just my my personal position on it. If you've been watching for any amount of time, you know that I am a big fan of the 1X Cyclops rig, especially in the Gen 2 version, the SLX Gen 2 Cyclops. I've got multiple ones on multiple rifles, including my go-to AR and my go-to AK. They are absolutely my favorite 1X optic for the armed prepared citizen for a lot of reasons. Out of the box, it comes with a really good mount. It gives you the ability to configure the mount in a couple of different ways. You don't have to go buying a bunch of different stuff after the fact. It has an etched reticle, which for me, armed prepared citizen context, I like the fact that I don't ever need batteries for it. That etched reticle is always there. It's not affected by bad circuitry. It's not affected by dead batteries, anything like that. It does have a battery, and it has the capability to illuminate if you want to illuminate it. But personally, I pretty much never have found a reason to actually ever illuminate it. Other than a couple of very unique instances, but 95+% of the time, the plain black etched reticle works perfectly for me. The other thing that I like about all the Primary Arms optics, but especially the capability in the 1X Prism line, is having the diopter on the rear so that you can adjust the reticle to your individual eyesight, because our eyes are not all the same. Our vision is not all the same. I am over 50 and have a very lovely, strong astigmatism in my right eye. And while I still have good vision, it's not nearly as good as what it once was. Yes, I know the story of everyone over 50. However, the problems that presents for me is I typically can't use pretty much any red dot nearly as effectively as I can things like the Primary Arms Prisms, because I can adjust that diopter, focus the reticle for my eye so that I can actually see it clearly, versus red dots that I can't adjust, and I'm fighting a big triple oblong star thing shaped whatever, and it's really hard to figure out which one of those actual points is the actual real aiming point, especially when you're in a hurry. Astigmatisms are not fun. Anyway, that's why I like the ability to adjust the diopter. Where am I going with all this? Well, Primary Arms hasn't rested on their laurels, and I'm sure most of you by now have heard about it, but they have their new GLX version of the 1X micro prism from the SLX line. The GLX version is this one. It brings a couple of new things to the table over the SLX. You still get the same awesome Cyclops reticle. You still get your diopter adjustment on the rear. However, they have now taken, instead of the rotary knob on the side for the illumination and your battery, they've moved the battery up top, and your illumination is now replaced by 2 push buttons. So it makes the sides very low profile, very slick, very compact, You still have your regular elevation and windage adjustments. It does still come with all the various mounting options for you to configure however you want it to be mounted, all the screws, all the right tools and stuff. Another thing that it offers is it has the auto live on it. If you're not familiar with the auto live, for those of you that absolutely have to have the reticle illuminated, and yes, it is daylight bright, why in extraordinarily bright sunlight you would have to have something, have a black reticle illuminated, I have yet to figure out, but apparently some of you, that is like an absolute die-hard must-have. I don't get it, but you do you. It's daylight bright, but it has the auto live, so when you get it set where you want it at, you can leave it on, and when you set the gun down, after a certain amount of time, it shuts off to save your battery life. And as soon as it detects movement and you pick it back up, boop, it comes back on again. So there's that feature. If that is something that you like and want to have, it's there. One other thing, as I understand it, the glass on the GLX line is a little bit better than on the SLX line. And I'll be honest, with my Mark I Motto eyeball, I can't really tell a difference. Now some of you with keener eyesight than me might be able to tell a difference in the glass. I can't. It all looks good to me. The SLX looks really good. This one looks really good. I mean, it's crystal clear. And for those of you that are wondering, it's like most prisms aren't a 100% true 1X, but if I had to guess, I would say this is like a 1.05, 1.1 maybe. I mean, it is not enough that you even notice it with both eyes open. It works just fine. So just wanted to give you all a quick overview of it. As far as footprint, just like the SLX, it will use pretty much anybody's compact ACOG mount. So if your favorite company, be it American Defense, Midwest, whoever, has a compact ACOG mount, this will fit the compact ACOG mount. So if you want to go to a QD throw lever mount, you can. There is nothing wrong with the factory mounts. It's just not a QD setup. You got to have the little tool to undo the bolts and take it off. Just depends on what your favorite preference is. So I will get you some range time with this in the very, very near future. I am looking forward to playing with it. It's probably going to get mounted up on my primary go-to gun because it's kind of my favorite, and I really like this optic. I like how slick it is and everything. Excuse me. So that's probably when I'm going to put it on. We'll run it on that and try it. The other thing I've got for it is the Primary Arms brand Kill Flash or anti-reflection device, depending on what you want to call it. And it just screws in the front like so. It is very low profile, compact, out of the way. Gives you that anti-reflection on there, which is bada bing. Does not affect the sight picture at all. So that's a cool thing. They've got these for other Primary Arms optics as well, so I'm probably going to end up picking up some of these for my my SLX optics as well as my 3X micro prisms, because I really like those on there. What else was it about it I was going to try to remember to tell you? I think that was pretty much it. Oh, it does come in, if I remember looking on the website right, this is a red illuminated reticle. I believe it does come in a green illuminated reticle as well. So, depending on what your favorite color is, I like the green, but red's what it was available, and red ain't a deal breaker. So, there you go. But as you guys can see, it's a nice, smooth, slick, snag-free, compact setup. Everything I want in a fast 1X compact fighting optic. You guys check them out. If there's not a link to these below in the description box, I'll put a link to the blog, and there will be a link on the blog to these over at Primary Arms website. So just clicky and you'll be there. So anyway, the GLX 1X Micro Prism from Primary Arms, I will get it to the range and bring y'all a video on that in the very near future. As always, this stuff doesn't mean anything unless you get out and train with it. You got to train, you got to practice, you got to use it, you got to try it, you got to work with it, get proficient, go do the things. Y'all stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in another one.